Ah, hello, beautiful beings. Whew, what a life experience, huh? I hope you're all feeling somewhat of a form of balance within all that's unfolding. I really felt called to show up today and talk about the dark side of manifestation, which is something I'm experiencing pretty deeply right now. And my intention with this video is that you feel met, like you're not alone in this experience. Sometimes hearing words that resonate with our experience can create so much um, softening or relief, and I know that's true for myself, and so that's my intention here today. Um, yeah, talking about the dark side of manifestation. So with the intention of being able to be open to a bigger dream than what we thought. And so I kind of want to talk about the challenges of when we manifest our dreams that we've envisioned and the dark side that follows. At the end, I'm probably going to do a Syrian channeling, channeling the Syrian star system, Sirius. And so stay tuned for that. So just inviting you to fully allow yourself to land here. I know there's so much information online, and it could be like overly stimulating in a way to even think that we're going to watch a whole video. You're like, oh, is this worth my time? Is it going to overstimulate me more? And am I doing the right thing? And so I just want to thank you for being here and to allow yourself to feel all that. And if you are feeling resonance, to trust that resonance, even if it's beyond the mind, and your mind is like, you have more important, urgent things to do. Sometimes we can like bump into a video that we actually do resonate with and can create a lot of relief rather than overstimulation and more information. Playing with like, what if this video can help you step into your own authority again, your own alignment and truth. So just allowing yourself to feel all the feelings, even though we're not our feelings, and um, think all the thoughts, even though we're not our thoughts. If we're not our thoughts and we're not our feelings, it's okay for us to just be witnesses of all of it, yeah? And experience it all without a fighting or battling any of it, because that can create an attachment to it, right? So playing with what if you're on time, here now, in alignment with being here together. Just breathing into that and releasing a little sigh. That goes so far. Just a little breath and a sigh. So I feel that I'll share my little experience, then we'll go into the challenges of what I'm noticing. And I feel like by voicing the challenges, it already helps bring things to the light. We don't need to focus on the positive side or the positive outcome. I've noticed more and more that when the challenges are just spoken, it is brought to the light. It helps digest. And when things are digested, it helps us feel lighter and more open to having more experiences. So my little experience with this huge topic is I had visions and dreams that were my safety net, right? It was like in the realm of a fantasy. Like someday I'm going to meet this person, have this home, facilitate these things and meet these people and feel this purpose. And that was like this big dream that whenever I'd close my eyes and meditate, I'd feel that future self and get high off her. And in a way, I was afraid to experience that higher timeline, we'll call it, the higher octave of life experience, because I felt unworthy or because I was afraid that I would experience that dream and it wouldn't be what I thought. And so I was holding back a lot and noticing that this fantasy bubble, this future dream, this quantum leap that I prayed for and worked toward, I feared it as much as I craved it. And it was still there. It was like haunting me. And at some point, I was just like, just leave me alone. You're not happening. Go away. And I would manifest little things, like smaller things on smaller scales, being like, oh, I'm the creator of my reality. I could envision things and they happen in ways I don't expect. And this year, it was a process of a few years where the bigger visions and the future dreams began manifesting in a way that was freakish. Like I even felt that um, when I stepped into that timeline, everything was different. And I felt like my brain was changed. Like I was given a new brain with a new operating system to manage the quantum leap. It was like a whole different brain network system. And it was scary. And I actually felt guides helping me integrate the new brain state and the new character and the new sensations and the new perspectives. It was like, whoop, you don't need to work on any of that anymore. You're already here. And so at the beginning, it was like, whoa, like, so what am I envisioning? I'm like literally here in the dream timeline. And so it took me a while to like even land into that future potential timeline that was here now, like in vivid detail. Things manifested, things I thought would take me lifetimes to manifest or um, loads of work to access happened without me expecting it after I let it go. And so I was like, what do I do with this energy now? Like I'm at the peak. And as I settled into this is it, everything changed. And um, it began collapsing in my hands. And holding on to it began occurring. And the more I held, the more painful it was. And the more painful it was, the more I resisted. And I found myself collapsing back into myself, what is here now. And the unknown became so much bigger than I've ever experienced. It just makes me want to cry even like being honest about it. It felt like it took years to even create the dream. And when I experienced the dream, having it collapse and even the shame and people knowing about, oh, my battery is about to go. So hopefully it will last till the end of this video. Otherwise, I'll start recording again and trust that it's all perfect. But it was sad because even like I felt this shame, like people knew that I accessed this higher octave. It was like undeniable. People were like, wow, you quantum leaped. And even to face people in that vulnerable space of like, it is all collapsed. It's all collapsing. I cannot hold on to it. It kind of made me isolate and brought in a whole new level of shame and shadow. All these familiar challenges came up on even a deeper level. And I was like, so what? What is left to dream? And so I'm in this process. I'm kind of ending the section on my personal story. So you'll know that it's like very close to what I'm even experiencing here now. I'm speaking to you from within it. I feel like it's funny because sometimes I'm like, oh, people watching this video will think I'm so strong and bright. And like I see that on other people sharing and guiding people is like, but they seem so powerful. Like it's like I'm going through it while I'm on video with you. And I think the magic of sharing ourselves and being in service, it already quantum leaps us. Just as a little side note snippet of inspiration for you that showing up and sharing and being helpful already helps the digestion process. So I am feeling stronger. I am feeling more light coming through as I'm sharing with the intention of being helpful. It helps with the hopelessness. That's what Matt Kahn says, one of my favorite teachers. When we step into being helpful, it helps shifting from hopelessness. So I'm in it and I'm in this space of like, oh my God, like that big dream can fall apart like that. Just like that whole quantum leap could just bring about so much more, so many more levels of challenge and unexpectedly. And wow, until I surrendered into it, then again, like, oh, like, is it even worth creating a dream? Is it even worth working on ourselves for some quantum leap? Like, is the joy and the abundance and the love and the, is it worth it? Is it worth having a dream? Is it worth manifesting? And in a way, there's like a really big part that's like, no, like, I don't want to experience any of this falling apart again. It's just not worth it, right? I'm not strong enough, these voices. And so there's that, right? Um, and then there's this place that I'm feeling. This really is the end of my personal share, but that the dream unfolding, it feels bigger than my own personal dream. And the true um, dream is that we're in the dream together, we're in the manifestation together, right? And so I feel like the gift that I'm experiencing in this is to be open in my experience as all of me, like crying on this YouTube video and still feeling like I'm valuable, like my voice matters, and that just by being my imperfect self without holding on to this huge pillar of light and controlling it, it's like I'm shedding a whole nother layer of control and shame and opening up a whole new level of vulnerability and open to receiving and more excited to figure out how to do this together, how to collaborate. Um, and it's softening me more into my essence, right? Kind of shedding the layer of holding the people and guiding the people and holding the light and figuring out what the dream is for people. It's like, no, I'm just open. I'm in this field. I'm here now. I'm still valuable and I'm more open to guidance than ever and into for collaboration than ever. And I feel like these bigger dreams for the collective involves working together. Yes, being whole individuals in our own inner authority, but what does that look like together? And I don't think that we've really experienced that in humanity yet. I haven't, of equal co-leadership and equal honoring of all voices and knowing our value, our inherent value, no matter what we're feeling, no matter what stage we're at. Who's to say that we can only share and lead when we are strong and optimistic? Who's to say that we can't show up when we're broken and feeling like we maybe ate too much bread this morning? Which I did. I wasn't even hungry. I just ate 3 slices of bread that somebody bought, you know? I feel so pudgy. Who's to say, right? And so I feel like there's an unexpected gift in it all that we don't even know that we wanted. We weren't even aware that we needed. And that feels like a really deep holding, like being held rather than holding it all. And it's humbling and then also like um, exciting a little. I'm like, where does this lead to? So now that I finished crying and sharing my own personal story way longer than I promised you, but what is time anyway? I want to talk about these specific challenges about manifestation and the challenges we might face. So I feel that there's this challenge of us valuing our time, energy, attention in certain ways to have this experience of a manifestation, of a timeline, of a partnership, of a dream. And then when it starts like evolving and changing, it brings up equal amount of shadow, like a whole new other layer of shadow. Like Like we were digesting shadow, dark matter, emotional alchemy, whatever we were doing, our self inner work. And then it reveals a whole nother layer of a deepening into what we were already working on. So, for example, if I had gotten over and alchemized my shame at a certain level, like I was like, oh, I alchemized all this shame, whoop, an equal amount of light and shadow, then once I embody all that light, what's going to happen is the shame is like going to go that much deeper. And I'm like, what? Like, is this that? And it's like, no, this is going to lead to that, right? So the challenge is that there's a distrust that can show up in the joy and in the light. It's like, oh my God, like I don't trust the light anymore. If it's going to create that much more pain and shadow, I'm good here. I'm good staying this size. Like, I'm good. And so there's a challenge in that because that brings about stagnancy. And there's a challenge in that because it brings about a sense of a prison. Like, this is who we are. This is our label. This is our reality. And this holding can feel really stuck and even bring about physical ailments because we're not in motion with evolution. And so there's that challenge of I distrust the light. I distrust the joy. I distrust my own imagination of what's possible. So just by seeing these challenges and being witnessed in it, I feel like it's already bringing light to it. And we don't need to change the challenge in order to embody and embrace more life. And I'm a big believer in that. I see how important it is in my own life and other people's lives. So then there's the other thing, right? It's like, oh my God, like I alchemized all this and I was afraid to lead and teach and I taught and then whoop, that much more darkness. I'm doing it, but there's that much more darkness. So it brings about like that more darkness leads to a whole new level of trust in ourselves that we're strong enough. And the challenge of trusting a whole new level of strength in ourselves, trusting the evolution of life, that there will be that light that comes in to balance it all out. That's a challenge of trusting our own capacity and our own strength to letting go of just this amount of light and digesting that darkness so we can grow. Like, do I trust the light and do I trust that I'm strong enough to digest this level of darkness? And think of it as like energy, right? Just like pure in the quantum field, micro from macro, everything is energetic, no good, bad, right, wrong field. It's like, who's to say that's bad and that's good? Maybe this is good and that's bad. Like it all mixes up. And, but there is in our human experience, like, do I have the strength to surrender into digesting this level of shadow and darkness? Like that, this amount took the life out of me. I finally reached a celebration peak and like why didn't I get to enjoy that longer? Poof, like shadow revealed from whatever external circumstance, things we see in the world, like oh you thought you were living your purpose, look how much suffering there is in the world. Like there could be so many things that come up revealing that level of darkness. And so there's a challenge of trusting that we're capable of growing when it was already so hard to digest what we already digested and alchemized and worked on. It's like, what? So there's that. Um, and then there's the pain of the attachment of, oh my God, that was so beautiful. Couldn't it last longer? Oh my God, that couldn't I just be grateful for that amount of light? Can I just be grateful for it and just soak it and munch it up and drink it and focus on the beauty in it? And that's a tricky point, right? Because we can't just attach to it and hold on to it because everything is always in evolution. The only constant is change. Like, who's to say that that's the highest timeline of just holding on to that amount of light, right? And so there's that challenge of that human innocent desire to hold and to savor the beauty of the manifestation. And that's where gratitude gets a little funky, right? It's like, okay, you're in this beautiful place. Like, is it integral for you to be just grateful, blindly grateful, and just stay in this zone where there's this amount of light, this amount of dark? Like, is that an integrity for your soul? And so, in a way, we could feel like masochists sometimes, especially when we're leaders of evolution, right? We're here to help life evolve into the next octave collectively. So it's like the challenge of feeling like, am I a masochist? Am I just destroying the light? Because the other challenge is that darkness is more dense. It tends to like slow down time and it's like more heavy. And so it's like, oh my God, it seems like the darkness way outweighs the light. Light is like fast, light, easy. And then it's like, boom, boom, boom. The challenge of feeling like dark is more true than light. Oh, darkness is more true than light. Life isn't worth it. The challenge of like honestly just wanting out, right? I don't want to play this game anymore. But when we practice like understanding the nature of darkness and light, it's like, yes, time slows down. It highlights what else needs to be digested. Like if you've digested this amount of shame, like then it opens up all the subtle ways there's shame in different ways. And so it can seem like most of our lives are hellish because it's longer, because time slows down, because it's denser, it's more feeling. And not everybody is open and ready to do that work. And you can feel that. Not everybody's able to, or trusting of themselves enough, or the light enough, or evolution enough to go there. And so the other challenge is losing people. And when we're going into those depths of digesting more layers of, we'll call it darkness, right? Just for human relatability, um, is that when we go into the deeper layers of the subtleties and what's happening, digesting more so more light can come in, other people might see us as a weight. Like we might lose people, misunderstandings. They're like, hey, we're playing this game of light. Like, where are you? So we're literally in different dimensional spaces of time and the way we experience our attention, and not everybody wants to go that deep. And so the challenge of losing people and feeling more alone than ever when we're going deeper. The challenge of how people see us and feeling how they see us or thinking we know how they see us, right? Of a letting go of that. Like I have no control over how people perceive me. Letting go of that dose of validation, especially after reaching a quantum leap and having everybody bravo you, which I've had this year, of just people that have known me for years being like, wow, you did it. And having that validation, it just felt so good. And not having that validation anymore. Needing to self-validate can be very challenging. Trusting that there will be people who meet you at your next octave, at your bigger babushka. Because if you were here, this amount of light, this amount of dark, and then you're going deeper, the light is going to grow with you. One of my favorite mentors really brainwashed me with that for a few years. Like, no, you go down, you go deep. The light's already happening. Practicing being the root system, yeah? Whew. So more challenges is like trusting the vision's coming, right? It's like I feel like for me there were these far-fetched dreams. Like I would initially have dreams like of having the main role in a play, or getting the perfect job working with children, or teaching my play shops, and I would envision them and manifest them, and it was like smaller bumps of evolution, but it's totally different manifesting like a huge dream that even involves others and then feeling like it has to grow and feeling like I have to let go to let it grow. Is like, in a way, it's harder to, it's more challenging to manifest a dream that will overtake the challenge of what's happening. Does that make sense? It's like if I had a dream to teach a play shop based on my play modality, and I did that, and then I had a challenging 2 days of like, oh, I could have done this better. I could have done. I'm like, okay, next play shop, I'll change it. I'll make it better. And it was easier to manufacture a new manifestation desired. But when big, big manifestations happen of like community, home, solidified feeling of you are anchored in this new timeline and that starts changing, it's way more challenging to come up with a new manifestation dream because it's like, I don't know anything. It reaches this place of like, oh my God, I don't even know what light to hold on to. Or what is the purpose of having a manifestation of a new dream? 10 years of manifesting this quantum leap, and so hard to let things go is the way we thought they need to be. And so there's this place, this dilemma, this dark side of manifestation that I feel I've been facing. And it's interesting. So I'll share what I'm experiencing on the light side of things, even though it really doesn't feel like light yet for me, is I really feel um, this, as I mentioned before, like a big embrace that's bigger than me that I'm learning how to melt into. And so I'm experiencing this like being held without needing to hold myself, which is really lovely. It kind of manifests through some relationships, but mostly like I feel this like support when I ask from the unseen realm, by nature, by elementals, by non-physical energies, by guides. And I feel that that being heldness will allow me to be more of a conduit without me needing to hold on to a version of me or character. It actually brings in a lot of playfulness in a weird way, as heavy as it feels right now. It's like, oh, I'm in the field. I don't know. I don't need to know anything. I just get to be me and improvise with life. Like, be like, hey, is this a yes? Is this a no? Okay, let me tune in. Rather than me holding on and being a warrior and a leader and manifesting this dream and sharing it with people, it's like, oh, I actually have that much more space to just play and be in the unknown. Now, playing with it doesn't always feel like light. Play is play. Like, playing is just like, I'm just gonna try this out. I'm just gonna do this thing. Like, it's like, because so much is unknown and because there's less attachment to manifesting certain things or desired outcomes or maintaining and sustaining relationships, it's like I just get to follow cues and be a conduit for a way bigger vision that I don't need to hold. I have way more space to be in my authentic, honest beingness as I am. I get to receive support rather than just being a support. I get to mostly just like, I don't need to hold the light. That could be so heavy to like hold a bucket of light for everyone. Like, I don't need to do that. So, what it really is leading me into is a deep, deep self acceptance that feels challenging, but also it's like, wow, I've never had this. And so it can lead you into a space of accepting yourself that you've never received before if you are feeling like this manifestation high, like you're seeing the dark side of it. And many of us didn't receive that ever in our childhood or maybe even lifetimes. And to feel held and to be that accepted as valuable no matter what we're experiencing, that kind of seems like this is home base. Like, even though I didn't know I needed this, like, this is home base from everything we do from now. Like, to be unconditionally accepted, limitlessly held, without needing to hold on to knowings, letting ourselves be conduits of ever changing truth, being in the field of the present moment, here now, maybe opting into things that we didn't even know we wanted, and leading us to realms of surprise and collaboration, like that started popping up for me, where I was like, oh my God, I have no idea what's next. Like, literally no idea. I have no future. I have some spark of it, but I almost like don't even like believe, I'm not holding on to believing in that spark. It's more about really living here now with what's up with myself. And in a way, that death of holding on to a manifestation as a fantasy, ugh, it like allows us to live in the present moment. And it allows us to be in this improvisational state of life together. It's like I kind of feel like there's a gift in it of like when I was little I would play with all these dolls alone because my siblings were much older than me, and I had siblings but they were like much younger than me, and one of my sisters was handicapped, so I'd play alone in like a whole world with myself. And it was sweet, but was also sad. And I feel like this manifesting or minor collaboration, like little collaborations, but it's still like holding on to my vision, my manifestation. It's like I get to dream with others. I get to show up as myself and dream with others and be myself, and I'm seeing these sparks show up of like, go here. Oh, that's something you're really excited to do that you didn't even know you would be excited to do that. So this like whole idea of myself or what I'm here to be or here to do, as it collapses, I'm actually tuning into things that are like, wow, that feels really exciting. I don't even know why, but that feels easy. It feels accessible. So these opportunities come where it's so much more easy than we thought, right? Like if I thought an example of I'll do this XXX and make a play modality for the world and make enough money to create facilities for children. It's like actually, um, I just get to be me, and just by me getting me, I might meet someone who will help get a grant and fund it just because we love hanging out together. Like I'm just seeing like how life could be so much more easy and collaborative, and that's really important because to actually be helpful and to help the planetary quantum leap of the manifestation that we've all been hoping for, praying for, envisioning, like that happens not through us holding on to an idea of it. It actually happens through us letting go enough of how we think it needs to unfold and being honest and being authentic and being real with each other. So we get to be ourselves and allow ourselves to be conduits of it. And the metaphor that keeps popping up is like a Pixar movie. It's magical, right? There's so many people that work on one image to make it that magical. Like maybe one person is just working on the shadows, and one person is working on the lines, and one person is working on the timing of it. Like we don't need to do it all on our own. And I feel like learning how to operate as whole beings, which requires us to be whole for us to have everything. We need to know that we got us. Like we need to know that we're okay no matter what happens. We need to know that we're unconditionally accepted, adored for being the truth of who we are, the frequency of truth of who we are, our honest expression, not some modality that we're taking on to be good. Like this is about us self-validating, receiving, being conduits open enough to be a part of that bigger dream that's birthing through us. And when we have a bigger dream birthing through us, that with that mass amount of consciousness will be sustained rather than being a wounded ego with like a child that just wants to be valuable and love people, so to be loved and be of service to know they're valuable. Like that version of us cannot, like, that's just like holding on to a lower density. It's like, no, like, grow. And so I feel like hearing that, verbalizing it can support maybe in creating permission. Like, I honestly wish I heard these words, right? It's to create permission for you to allow the process to occur, to trust yourself, to know nothing is wrong with you. And if you've invested in values like ease or following your inspiration, and that has led you to a dream collapsing, or like just continuously invest in those values. Like if I followed ease, grace, and joy, and then I had a dream birth and then it collapsed, it's like almost like the challenge of like, I don't trust ease, grace, and joy. It's like, actually, now it's time for me to invest more in ease, grace, and joy. If this led me to this manifestation, what is possible if I even invest more of the currency of my AI, my attention and intention in living a life of ease, grace, and joy is possible for all. And I will do that in this moment for the well-being of all, no matter how it feels. I'm making this true by investing my honest, authentic signature of awareness into these values that I bid on, I invest in to embody for the well-being of all. It's like a totally different octave of the game. That's not something somebody's going to validate. And that's something that the only way it gets validated is through how we feel in our bodies, right? Our bodies will feel relief, strength, strong when we're in alignment with our honesty of our soul, with our own inner authority. This is the signals that you'll know that you're on the right trajectory. Is it comes down to the body, and it's not about eating more bread or less bread, not always. It's not as like it's not like that, not for me. It's about, hey body, the body's designed to allow the soul to fully take over. And when the soul doesn't take over, the body starts hurting in different ways. And then we go find labels for what's hurting and get obsessed with fixing the problem. And it's always an invitation to see it in this way, is like your soul wants to come through your body because it's a puzzle. Your body is meant to be with your soul merged. So how do we know we're in that trajectory when not everybody around us is doing it in that way? Because we are completely different, each of us. This isn't about cult mentality or herd. Like this is about, we're inspiring the signature, the frequency of authenticity, of honesty, of our own soul integrity by being it. And then that signature gets to ripple out, right? So maybe the things I'm saying isn't the way you're going to do it, but I know by how my body feels right now as my voice is opening up, my nervous system is calming down. I feel way stronger, more anchored. I feel more beautiful. I feel more like, wow, yes, this is worth it energy, because I'm allowing myself to be a conduit of the frequency of me flowing through me without attachment, without, oh, validation. It doesn't matter. In this state, when I'm in this level of sharing, it doesn't matter really what people will think because I'm self-validating by what I'm experiencing in my expression. And so I'm sharing this so you'll know and be able to find that, oh, yeah, I'm doing it. I might feel heavy. I might feel like my mind is going crazy, but ooh, this feels good in my body. And even a workout can be painful, but we know it's good for us. So the same is with tuning into our frequency of our soul. It's like, ooh, this feels like the right alignment. And so, yeah, thank you for, oh, my battery again. There's another sign. It's a miracle it even lasted to now. I'd like to share a little channeling from the Syrian star system, which is, I feel, my main guidance team. And I dream with the team. I'm one with the team. And they're here to support being a bridge. What I experience when the Syrian star system, it works with the heart chakra and the pineal gland. So it's like imagination and heart coherence. And I almost feel like it's like engineering. Like it could almost feel cold, the words, like they're engineers of the imagination, merging with heart coherence to create programs or perspectives that support human evolution in the most loving way. So it might sound a little robotic or it might sound cold, but it is just such a beautiful form of love that I experience. Yeah, so I'm gonna allow it to come through. Hopefully the battery will stay alive. The collapsing of your mind, the collapsing of your mind brain, the operating system that we live of the mind matrix, the way navigating life through the mind, training as value through the mind, when it collapses, because managing the mind, living from the mind is not the way of evolution. Mind is tool. Mind is a beautiful child here to support the higher octaves of evolution. The collapse of detachment, the breakup of living based off mind, mind operating systems, mind relations, mind work, mind creativity, as it collapses can be quite horrific, confusing, and chaotic. Know that if you are experiencing this level of chaos, of confusion, of aloneness in this mind collapse era that you are in, just know that it is okay for you to be experiencing this and witnessing this. And this does not necessarily mean that it will get worse. This does not mean that it will get worse. This does not mean that if you do not control it, then it will keep going and going and going. It is okay to witness it. And as you witness, you are not it. And as you witness and realize you are not it, and that you are witnessing it, miracle moments occur. Miracle moments occur through other areas of your psyche, managing, working through heart, brain. An example of heart, brain. Heart, brain navigates through sensation. We've told you this before. Mind, brain, heart, brain navigates through sensation, through feelings as a compass without attachment, through sensation of light, visual, sound, touch, sensation, physical and energetic. We can navigate life through heart brain. This is one way of navigating life that is different than mind brain. It is easier to learn, practice, play with navigating through heart brain first when detaching from mind brain, because heart brain in a way supports the mind brain. Mind brain is on top of heart brain. Heart brain holds and embraces and is in direct contact with mind brain. There are other ways of navigating. For now, we will invite you to play more with heart brain. You're already doing this, you already are it in peak experiences. We invite you to play with heart brain coherence. Heart brain coherence, something that can help, is just knowing that everything you are seeing with mind brain is illusion. It is real and it is illusion at the same time. We need not hold on to it is all an illusion or it is all real. We can accept that both are true, and in knowing that both are true, mind brain will collapse naturally into heart brain. As heart brain is activated naturally through the collapse of mind brain. As heart brain begins to feel honored and seen and explored with, it can be in dialogue with mind brain. Mind brain, help with so and so. In a way, your heart brain becomes the manager of your mind brain, not from a space of domination or hierarchy, but more of a loving support to the beautiful mind brain. Think of it as your heart brain is holding your mind brain, nourishing your mind brain, guiding your mind brain. Mind brain wants support, navigation, and guidance of heart brain. Seeing this as so will support the brain, the mind brain, and knowing it is not all its job to manage infinity, for it has done its work in the past dimension, in the past life, and now it can relax and can receive all the support that it shared navigating and being in charge of our lives. This is not something that is wrong with you. This is a system that was focused on mind brain. It was programming from school, from many other systems that were forcing children into being in their mind brain. This does not mean that it needs to be bad. This just means to bring awareness to what has occurred so you can wake up out of it with knowing that you are it, and not needing to process unnecessary trauma. When we identify the core and seed of the ways we are, sometimes we're like, oh, that is that, and we do not need to hold this any longer. Seeing things as true helps us bring things to light, as Leela has mentioned. And so how do we do this? We allow all to be true at the same time. Immediately, collapse of mind brain. We allow anytime something is 100% true, allowing the opposite to be true as well. As soon as 100% something is a lie, allow the 100% opposite to be true. This will cancel out duality, polarity, and the swing of the mind into craving to holding on to truth when that is in fact impossible. Truth is a frequency that allows life to evolve, to change, and to learn the empathic nature of understanding and embracing all perspectives. There is more than enough space to hold all perspectives. You need not be the one to sift and hold and micromanage all perspective. You are invited to trust and explore playing with your heart brain. You've already done this before, and now you can even trust that you can do this even more. It is a different operating system, and you trusting that others can meet you there, that are already on that, will help you feel less alone in this process. Highlighting, exploring attention in sensation, in exploring visual beauty, sound beauty, making sounds, imagining shapes that feel good to your heart, will help you begin to get a sneak peek of what is possible when operating with mind brain and heart brain, and how that ripples into mind brain experiences. For example, if there is chaos in relationship and home, and you choose to sing or hear a song and dance to it and focus on the sun setting, it might change the whole way your mind brain is perceiving the relationships and home setting. The problems may evaporate. You might experience a miracle moment where you meet others in heart brain. Not needing to hold, explain, digest, or apologize for past experiences of mind brain, and that it reorganizes itself into heart brain, will also help you support going forward with mind brain. Heart brain. That will support going forward with mind brain. Because the mind brain has value, but we've been misusing it. Mind brain works very well with instructions from the heart. Mind brain very much loves clear, simple guidance and small, doable jobs. It is not mind brain's job to manage infinity or human evolution on a large scale. See your mind brain as an innocent child that is awaiting your holding of your heart. The heart brain encompasses your whole chest. Feel that strength in your heart now. As your head can wobble and wibble, looking in all directions, you have the heart there, stable, pulsing blood through your whole body. Heart brain is birthed before mind brain. It is wiser in a way. See it as the elder, the guidance that we are learning how to trust and follow again. This is very, very simple, although it takes a little practice. But since it is more of a natural operating system, it will be easier and easier to trust because you will witness what occurs in your experience of what you may call reality. Heart brain will allow more miracles, time-bending, shifting miracle moments that the mind won't have a choice other than to trust. We will talk more in future videos about such topics. For now, we thank you for being here and thank you for following the pulse to show up in this way as you are now. By you receiving, you're also sharing your value of your awareness. Thank you. Wow. That's funny. Well, the battery lasted till now. This is a really long video. I'm really grateful for, it just feels so good to share. So thank you for receiving. I feel like this is the medicine that I needed. And so thank you for being a receiver of this medicine and inspiring you to share your medicine. I felt like I had nothing to share today. Nothing. And by sharing, I see there is what to share. And so if you'd like support with that, I'm available. And I love supporting journeys in different ways and get inspired by people's ideas of how to support. And so it's the most exciting game for me in life. So yeah, you can connect via my Linktree, via a curiosity call currently. And also, sorry, I just heard a loud door. And then also, if this spoke to you, then let me know by a like, by subscribing, by sharing. It means the world to me. I don't do it for that, but it would be really nice. I'm not gonna lie. It feels really nice when I see a like sometimes. Sometimes when there's a like, it's really nice. Even though I might as well like it myself. Okay, loving you. Yeah, and if this brought something up, I want to know. Comment. Let me know how it echoed within you. Share your voice in the comments and see. Who knows, maybe you'll meet someone in the comment section. I've been exploring that while watching other people's videos. It's kind of cool. So yeah, thank you for being you.